it. Light the beam. What a scene in Sacramento.
They were horrible. It was one of the worst performances, one of the most lethargic performances I've ever seen from the Golden State Warriors in all my years. They didn't collapse in the fourth quarter or anything like that. They came out there like they were literally disinterested in playing.
For a championship, are they finished when it comes down to a championship? And the answer is hell yeah, they are. Right? And I have no hope. Matter of fact, I have the same amount of hope that me and Barack Obama could have breakfast in the morning. It just ain't happening.
After falling behind 2-0 to an upstart Sacramento Kings team in their first-round series, the Golden State Warriors have put on an absolute clinic for the next 5 games and stormed back to win the series in 7. The Dubs put together an absolutely dominant offensive showing in the final 5 games of the series, scoring over 120 points per game in their 4 wins. Since their Game 2 loss in Sacramento, they currently rank tops among playoff teams in assist rate, turnover percentage, three-point percentage, and PIE. They also play at the highest pace among NBA playoff teams with a pace rating of 103.9. Translation, this team has been virtually impossible to guard in their last 5 games, plain and simple. So how did the Warriors put it all together and come back to advance? The answer may be a bit simpler than you think, as the Warriors were simply able to get back to their roots and dictate the tempo of the game with their vaunted split-motion offense. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into this scheme and uncover how it makes the Warriors such a well-oiled machine, while also talking about how it's evolved in recent years. So, what is the split motion offense? In essence, it's a fast-paced, floor-spreading scheme that mainly relies on 3 different things: off-ball movement, split screens, and putting stress on perimeter defenders. It can also heavily rely on a dynamic big man with the ability to pass at a high level, but it works either way. So, Golden State's split action is triggered by the ball being entered into the low post. When the ball is entered, the player who makes the entry pass will then likely immediately screen away for the next closest player. These 2 players then split apart from each other, hence the name of this scheme. The player receiving the screen then has endless options, as he can use the screen, reject the screen and back cut, or the player setting the screen could slip to the rim. Now, you'll see different teams favor different options, but Golden State almost always sets the away screen for either Steph, Klay, or now Jordan Poole and Dante DiVincenzo to use it and come off looking for the kick-out 3 out of the low post. While there are many straightforward ways to stop split action, such as hedging ball screens, denying the guards, or doubling to take away the open catch-and-shoot 3, you'll often see Steph and Klay's defenders overplay or even deny them using the screen. If this happens, they don't fight it, and they can do any number of things. First, they could simply reject the away screen and back cut to the rim, looking for a pass from the 5. Secondly, this could trigger a roll option towards the basket, putting the defense completely out of position. Couple this with an intimate understanding of offensive gravity, and you've got yourself an absolute machine on offense. I'm going to use that word gravity numerous times in this video, so it's important to know what exactly I mean. The tendency of defenders to be pulled away towards offensive players is called gravity. Some players have more gravity than others, as defenders are always aware of the threat of Curry shooting, so they're naturally drawn to him on the perimeter. The Warriors understand the gravity of their offense so well that Steph and Klay are always able to create opportunities for everyone else on the floor. So now that we have a better understanding of this offense, let's take a look at how it's applied in-game. Alright, here we go. We're jumping right into Game 7. Now, this is about the easiest and most common initiation of split action. And I always tell people, if you want to think of it in the simplest way possible, just approach it like a modern-day triangle. If we stop right here, we'll see how Draymond, Wiggins, and Poole will always form a triangle in split action. Alright, let's continue. We start with a quick post entry to Draymond, and the second he makes that entry pass, Wiggins is swinging the other way to screen for Poole, who pops wide open for an easy, uncontested wing 3. Let's watch it again. This is about as easy as it gets. He swings over, open 3. Let's move on. Same initiation here as Wiggins goes post-entry and immediately jets over to screen for Clay, who comes across for the wing three. Now, the only difference between these two clips is how far Sacramento's back line has risen throughout the course of the game from clip 1 to clip 2. In just a minute, we'll look at how the Dubs use this to their advantage, but for now watch it again and look at how Clay comes across for the wide open three and uses the screen. Alright, here we go again. This one's pretty simple. So this time they'll go post-entry to Klay Thompson and clear out for total isolation on that near side. Now this is exactly what I mean by understanding of gravity, what you're about to see. Klay knows he's going to draw a crowd when he drives baseline, and it just leads to an easy drive and kick three. Klay is just able to sit back, let the defense come to him, and make a quick decision for the easy bucket. Really nothing more to say here, just phenomenal awareness and understanding of gravity. Now in this next clip, the Warriors will do what's called a double drag for Wiggins, as two split screens are set for him coming off the wing. The Warriors know full well that this is going to clear out the weak side, and it leads to an easy slam for Draymond. Once again, watch how Klay and Looney just suck the defenders over and open up the floor. Once again, this is just a great understanding of gravity, knowing where you're bringing defenders, knowing what kind of crowd you're going to attract. Easy. Now we're going to get into how the Warriors used that rising back line to their advantage. As easy as those first few sets look, the Warriors have lacked a strong enough passing big man outside of Draymond in years past, which has caused them to revamp the scheme a bit. What Steve Kerr and the Dubs will do in certain cases now is eliminate that post-entry pass entirely, just using the initial passer as a screener to create space. So in essence, the split is still there, one of them just has the ball now. Here we go, as Draymond hands off to DiVincenzo, the Kings come flying up to blitz the ball screen and prevent the three. This leads to the easiest pick and roll in the book as Draymond cuts to the hoop for the easy bucket. Once again, gravity, gravity, gravity. The Kings come flying up, their back line is so high, and they know they need to cut off a dangerous three-point shooter in DiVincenzo, and it just leads to an easy bucket for Dre. Again here, you'll see the Kings blitz Klay up high, leading the entire defense to slide up one level. This results in an easy bucket down low. The Warriors are the kings of making the extra pass, which is often forgotten in so many offenses in today's NBA. There are also initiations where in transition, teams are just a step too slow for the Warriors, as Curry will often use the mismatch created by split action to attack the lane for an easy layup, like shown here. Overall, yes, the Warriors still boast two of the most talented three-point shooters of all time, but how are they still so efficient all these years later? Steph and Klay are undoubtedly two of the best shooters in the history of the game, but why are defenses still allowing them open catch-and-shoot threes? Of course, there are numerous reasons for this, such as the NBA's new spacing revolution, their ability to move without the ball, but also, it simply boils down to the Warriors' ability to get these two shooters open with masking or false actions. It's not easy to explain the reason for 8 years of dominance and 4 championships, but let's just say that there's a mastermind behind every master plan. Steve Kerr laid out the blueprint, and the Dubs have followed it to a T throughout their historic dynasty. Now, with a first-round victory in the rear view, and a date with LeBron and the Lakers up next, it still remains clear that regardless of what you may hear on TV, the Warriors will continue to set the standard for years to come.